My name is Blue because I'm a blue macaw. I live in Minnesota with my best friend Linda. I don't know how to fly like other birds, but I can do lots of things that most birds can't, like brush my teeth. My life changed forever the day a scientist named Tulio visited us from Brazil. He invited us to come with him to the city of Rio to meet Jewel, the only other blue macaw in the world. Rio was a lot warmer than Minnesota. The city was getting ready for a big festival filled with music, floats, and costumes called Carnival. We arrived at the Rio Bird Sanctuary and met Jewel. She was the most beautiful bird I had ever seen. But she wasn't happy. She wanted to live in the rainforest where she could be free. We didn't know it, but blue macaws are worth a lot of money. That night, a thief decided to birdnap Jewel and me. He sent an evil cockatoo named Nigel to find us. Nigel took us to a scary warehouse filled with cages of birds to sell. He chained Jewel's leg to mine so that we couldn't escape.
I may not have learned to fly in Minnesota, but lucky for us, I did learn how to get out of a cage. I used my beak to unlock the door. Jill and I were free. Jill and I escaped to the rainforest outside of the city. But there was still one big problem. We were chained together. The next morning, we met a friendly toucan named Raphael. He told us that his friends down in the city could unlock the chain, but it was too far to walk, and I couldn't fly. I was willing to try anything for Joe. We jumped off the cliff, and I spread my wings, but we rocked straight towards the ground. Luckily, we landed on a hang glider that flew us to the beach. We finally arrived at the city and went to meet Louis. Along the way, Raphael took us to a carnival party with dancing and music. Jill and I danced together for the first time. Louis turned out to be a bulldog with a silly drool problem. After he took off the chain, Jill was very happy to fly again. But I was sad when she soared into the sky without me.
Just when Jo thought she was free, Nigel, the bird snapper, caught her by surprise. I rushed to save Jo, but the streets were busy with people celebrating Carnival. I finally reached her, but Nigel grabbed me too. Nigel stopped us in a plane with dozens of other captured birds. I used my Minnesota indoor bird skill to open all of the cages, and we made a plan to be free of Nigel for good. As we were escaping, Ju hurt her wing badly. The only way for me to help her was to fly. I didn't know if I could, but I had to save her. I did it! I learned to fly and carried Ju off the plane. We made it back to the Rio where I found Linda. We were so happy to see each other again. Tulio healed Ju's wing, and now she and I live together in the rainforest. Linda moved here too. So now we are one big happy family in Rio.